By pressing play, you've been transported to a dimension where there will be no apologies given for the abstract and asinine comments made here by the host and their guests. With that being said, thank you for listening and enjoy your experience.
We are reviewing.
We are cinematic.
Are you ready?
For episode 40, yeah, that E40 of the most ridiculously random pop culture podcast in the 719, y'all. Yo, where the captions at? Yo, oh. Yo, oh. Where the captions at? Where the captions at? Where the captions at? Yes, y'all. We're back again. And as always, I'm yours truly, Kills for Show, a.k.a. the Oscar. The K is silent. Joined with me always is my bro host.
The one and only Roscoe Tenkoya.
And always with us is the boy who's always with the D because his name is Daniel Rojas.
Ay. I'm Daniel.
Oh. Okay. All right. And once again, guys, we're back, and as always, we start the show off with a segment called Yo, What's Poppin'?
What be poppin'?
This week, not too much really was popping. Like, a lot of people have, I won't say Disney fatigue, or it's just a lot of leftover news that's been coming out as far as Disney concerned with all their new properties coming out under the Marvel, Star Wars, and even the Pixar banners. I found out some new information as far as the TV shows coming from Pixar and Disney, like the Tiana series and the Moana series aren't gonna be full animated series like 26 episodes. They'll be like more shorts, like 6 to 8 episodes. But also those won't be coming to us until like 2023. So yeah, we're hyped, but we're gonna have to wait a little longer. So it's like one of the things I felt like they want to say they had something coming from these properties to tie people over. Like, hey, yeah, I know you guys want Moana. I know Tiana was a fraud the whole movie. Like, yeah, we gonna give her New Orleans because we gonna change that old Song of the South shit. We gonna make it still about the South with Tiana in it, but it ain't gonna be racist like that. But we ain't gonna give you a sequel to those movies, but we gonna give you a TV series in 4 more years, basically. So it's like one of those things. Like, you could have gave us those sequels sooner, but you want to give us more Frozens and Cars.
Because they wanted to give us more white shit.
Yeah. And Finding Dory, which I'm not going to knock the movie because I still haven't seen the movie, but I was like, yo, Nemo was cool. Nemo was great. We didn't need
another
follow-up. But yeah, that's a little tidbit for right now from the Disney side as far as animation side. Ross, what's going on with wrestling this week?
Well, unlike entertainment, it was not fatigue-worthy because there was a lot of news. Like, the Rose family will be introducing a new child coming soon because Brandy has announced that she's pregnant.
And Brandy is the wife of who?
Cody Rose. So there's going to be their first child, as well as the youngest from... Nope, because I don't think Cody's the youngest male. But yeah, from the youngest male from the Rose family. Outside that, not really too much from AEW being set up. In ROH news, yes, I haven't talked about ROH in a minute, but yes, Ring of Honor, probably what we would consider the longest running wrestling company, but United States wise, it's the third brand because not a lot of people know about ROH, but most good wrestlers, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Kurt Angle, a lot of some of these older wrestlers that y'all know of have all went, well, as well as some of these new generation wrestlers, Adam Cole, Ricochet. I don't think Bobby Lashley did a Sting in there, but most people have done a Sting in ROH. But ROH this Saturday had their final battle pay-per-view. In terms, Kelsey, to break it down to you, this is technically their final pay-per-view of the whole year, but they build it up like WrestleMania. So this year, it's been a 5-year time period, but where somebody ran double duties on the pay-per-view. But Josh Gresham, one of my favorite male wrestlers, underrated, not talked about, brother as well, Kelsey. He had to run double duties, running the Pure Championship titles and the Tag Team titles with the one, the only Jay Lethal, who 5 years ago ran double duty for Final Battle. But he retained both titles over that night, as well as the new crazy thing is due to Josh Gresham and Jay Lethal having a group called the Foundation, and they're more based on the pure wrestling rules of ROH, which is also kind of the old school wrestling ways, how they used to wrestle. So they just introduced what is now known as the pure tag team rules. And they have now said they only defend the tag team belts in that because they don't like the honor of people interfering in matches and whatnot. Other big news from out of ROH, Michael Bennett, who has returned to ROH, she's storyline has gotten injured by an old friend, but the Kingdom had a short reunion. Other big news, Roosh, the ROH champion, he still retained the belt. And his little younger brother, Dragon Lee, had retained the TV titles. And Maria Bennett announced that ROH was having something called, the ROH Experience, not Extreme, my bad. And that should be coming soon, as in now or next year. Gonna have to wait and find out about that. But WWE had their pay-per-view TLC over the weekend. Big news is all the titles defended, except for the women's, did not change hands. So Drew McIntyre is still WWE champion. Roman Reigns is still champion. Might be injured. Didn't check the news on today. Sasha Banks is still women's champion. And Asuka and the returning Charlotte Flair are now the women's tag team champions. And Bray Wyatt the Fiend Bray Wyatt lost to Randy Orton in the Firefly Funhouse Inferno match. Don't really know how to feel about that, but it was a nice little ending to it.
Yeah, that was a cool match. It was funny too. It's like talking to some people at work about that match. It's like, yo, they really set that motherfucker fire. It's like they didn't, but they had a pretty good wax figure in that ring. But I was like,
it was a nice. It was by the time you get to that other angle, I'm like, oh, this mannequin ain't as heavy as he is.
I was like, oh shit, no, of course they did, but it's like, yo,
they set
that
him on,
angle though.
They set him on. He got set on fire from the back for a quick second, but that fire got put out after he took that RKO. But
yeah, as soon as he was on it, I'm like, of course he's not really on fire, but they put work in that shit.
Yeah, that was some good cinematic work. Glad they record that. Glad that was a pre-taped match.
Yeah, and pre-tape match. Segue. Not really. Henry Cavill got injured on the set of The Witcher, so I don't know how that's going to impact his cameos of being Superman coming up anytime soon, because supposedly he was supposed to pop up in the Black Adam movie.
Do you know what type of injuries he did?
They said it was to his leg, but I don't know how severe it was. Okay. And then he was also supposed to be cameoing in the Shazam movie, but that probably won't get shooting until 2022, unless it's towards the end of 2021, because ideally they should shoot Black Adam and Shazam back to back at the same time, especially if Superman's gonna be like a connecting plot point in both of the stories.
And isn't Black Adam supposed to bleed into the two anyway?
Well, Black Adam's supposed to be like the villain in Shazam 2, which also brings up Superman being in that one also, because Superman was teased at the end of Shazam, and just like in the Shazam versus Black Adam movie, Superman was in that shit too, doing what Superman do, trying to be a role model to Billy, not knowing that Billy is Shazam. So hopefully he can recover quickly, because Witcher was one of my favorite series of that year when it came out, not being a Witcher fan. So I just like the show, and Henry Cavill does his thing. Moving from that to Marvel news. So everybody's coming back for Spider-Man 3.
Except for Uncle Ben.
Except for Uncle Ben, because now rumor is, they say he's signed back on to pop back up, Jake Gyllenhaal, but also Willem Dafoe and Thomas Hayden Church are supposed to be back as the Green Goblin and Sandman. Will they actually be a part of the movie? Who knows? Will they just be a cameo? Most likely. But anyway you slice it, Marvel beat DC to the multiverse big screen, and guess what they about to do? Everything right again. So we will definitely have more words on that as the stories come out, because you know what we do here. We give you that geek news, And speaking of geek news, if you did not watch The Mandalorian, why didn't you? So I'm not even gonna say spoiler, but at the end scene, we got this tease or the announcement, low key, for the Boba Fett series, the Book of Boba Fett, that's coming out in 2021.
December 2021.
And now they officially came out and said it's happening. I was like, you didn't have to come out and make an official statement. You literally told us at the end of the episode, but all right, Disney.
And what's even more hilarious is like
somebody was like, oh shit, we're supposed to cut that out. That was supposed to be secret. Like, nah, y'all told us it's coming.
And the funny thing is, it's been a rumor for like the past 3 months. So it's just
actually, it's been a rumor for damn near a decade. Because initially, The Mandalorian was really supposed to be the Boba Fett movie, but once Disney Plus came about, they decided to make it into a series and push Boba Fett out, create the new Mandalorian. So when the Mandalorian became a hit, it's like now we can backdoor Boba back in, and now we finally can give all the Boba Fett fans the Boba Fett that they all talk about like they would give us the Boba Fett that the fans wanted but didn't actually have on screen. Because if you watch Star Wars, you know Boba Fett's presence wasn't all that, but somehow thanks to the expanded universe and the lore, if you was into that shit, you know he's a total badass. But if you just a casual fan like I am, or just a lot of people, you're like, oh, he was the dude that died. What's the big deal? Now we get older Boba Fett, and now if you watch Mandalorian, it's like, oh, this motherfucker cold. Now he had to be super cold back then, but why did he just get taken out? And literally, the only thing he did was follow Han around in a spaceship. Like he didn't do no bounty hunting. He was just out there to be out there. But
he
hey,
froze Han, got paid, then was like, "Yo, stop this Jedi," and then got shot. Literally, a dying red shirt shot his jetpack and fucked him over.
And I did not know that he debuted in the Christmas special, which everybody shit on, but he was only saving grace of it. But I was like, wait, he debuted in the animated shit first? So it's kind of like the first X-23. Like, yeah.
Or Harley Quinn.
Or Harley Quinn, yes. I knew there was another one before X-23, but yes, Harley Quinn, like...
But low-key, that Christmas special was trash.
Where I didn't fuck with Star
There's
Wars.
a whole scene... There's a whole scene of Chewbacca's family, and they're all talking.
The Chewies?
Yeah. And there's no subtitles.
So it's like... And you just sitting there like, yeah, sure.
He's got a kid named Lumpy.
Because he's Chewy? So his son's name... Or is it his daughter? Do we know? So how do we... So Han or somebody like, what's up, Lumpy? So we're... You know what? I don't even know about to go down this...
We'll watch it this Christmas.
I am definitely not watching that this Christmas. But of course, between that... We gotta watch all the community Christmas episodes.
We did that last week.
Yeah, for real. And the new Dragon Ball Super arc was announced called the Granola arc. And it picks up right after the Moral arc ends, and it looks like it's gonna be a doozy. Because if you're not following the manga, there was a robot called 7-3, and he basically had the ability to absorb people's powers for up to 30 minutes and store multiple powers in the gem in his forehead. Long story short, he was defeated. He was a problem, but then this granola cat goes to this spaceship, and much like in The Mandalorian with the black troopers, there's a whole lab of these 7-3 robots, and that's like, oh shit, they got a whole squadron of these motherfuckers.
Wait, so Granola's not a new Dr. Giro?
That's what people are leaning towards, because he has even like a monocle, like robotic eye type shit.
Oh,
and he's a survivor,
shit.
and people like, survivor what? Is he like the Truffles or the Sephorians? Is he getting 7-3 to wreak havoc on the Saiyans? For all we know, he could be from Universe 6 or these other universes and trying to get more fucking minions and multiple powers to fuck up whatever. So, I don't know. It's Dragon Ball. Like I said, the first art just came out this week. So, as shit happens, I'm going to try to talk about it without being spoilery. But who knows? I might just say fuck it and tell you everything that's happening. And there wasn't a lot of new music that came out over the week. Eminem dropped the deluxe to Music to Be Murdered By. It's 16 new tracks. It was basically a whole fuck-ass new album. I listened to it. It was okay. You know, it's Eminem. You go get some words. Rap well, supremely well. He is one of the greatest rappers of all time. But some of it's just like, you know, it's kind of like the same shtick, you know. people doubt me, people hate on me, but I'm still the god of rap and this, that, and the third. I was like, yeah, we know. Like, like, all right, yeah, you are though. Like, and if people say you're not, you don't have to say anything to them. Like, you're Eminem, but whoever puts the fire underneath your ass, do your thing. Still making music, like you say, still rapping at a high level. But as far as like song structure and themes, the last one was fine. We didn't need one this year. The last one was better than this part. We didn't need a whole new 16. But it is what it is. That Too Short and E40 put out a joint album called Ain't Gon' Do It. Ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Too Short ain't gonna do it. And what he ain't gonna do, not call you bitch. Cause bitch his favorite word. And Terms and Conditions. Ugh. And we listened to a good portion of that while I was playing Buzz is a Word. Buzz is the Word is a social drinking game. Or let me rephrase it. Buzz is the Word is a conversational drinking game that we've been tinkering with, coming to YouTube soon, guys. So be on the lookout for that. And for YWDCA 12, I added a couple of songs to that. She's My Religion by Pale Waves. It's basically a song about a young girl that's in love with a young girl, but everybody thinks she's this princess, but inside she's dark, twisted, and damaged. And guess what? I can relate.
Did you put up that stand up by Tori Kelly and JoJo?
No. That wasn't the bop. That wasn't the bop.
What about that Jacoy by and Fabulous Exes and Summer Flings? Or you ain't listened to that one yet?
That had to just come out because I listened to that shit and I pop up my algorithm. Las Palmos by Typical Girls. That was a cool one. Yeah. That's how it sounds. and a cover of Linkin Park's What I've Done by Basomorph, Ben Air, and Lunis. And it sounds like the CW version of Linkin Park's What I've Done. If Riverdale was coming on, and that's they all. It's a perfect song. It would have been the perfect song for the season finale of season 4 when they was talking about Jughead being dead. That would have been the perfect song.
I'm gonna be
for
honest.
that scene.
At first, I was like, "Why is Paramore covering a Linkin Park song?" Because it sounded like a Paramore cover band singing a Linkin Park song.
But I like that you say it's a Paramore cover band covering another
Yeah,
song.
it's basically Hayley Williams sound now because I don't like solo Hayley Williams because her shit is it's like what Taylor Swift doing with that folklore shit, but chopped up.
I'm gonna be honest.
And trying to be like weird. I don't know. It just didn't hit right.
The greatest meme I saw was, "I'm about to be all in my musical feels." And they put the Kid Cudi in the Taylor Swift folklore. I was like, if she really humming in this folklore, I might have to go fuck with it.
Yeah, that's what that folk music is. It's a lot of humming, but it's not Cudi humming. It's Cudi humming for white folks. It's like vanilla humming, and it's just like
Humming.
and like I was playing the other day when I was talking about Taylor Swift music, like she's the same Taylor. She just reformats it. It's the same songwriting. It's just she's singing it with just a guitar with no beats.
No acoustic.
So yeah, so it's basically like an acoustic Taylor Swift album. So she could sing any song, but it was like, I'm lying on my feet. I never missed a beat.
Bum.
That's all we
I
can really
got
use.
this feeling. Like it's the same Taylor Swift. She just slow and satty with it. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, it's my bedtime music. I play that music and I take my black ass to sleep. And I have very vivid white dreams.
That's that slow ass song music you be listening to.
Yes, it's Taylor Swift. Talk about yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
That
front. Last night I let that shit take me to sleep.
Word. And yeah, so that's everything for Yo What's Poppin'.
Well,
And now we about to move into Yo We Geeking Out. And today we're gonna geek out about some of our favorite movies of the year. And if Daniel, you have any, you're more than welcome to jump in and share your thoughts. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start this off with a couple of animated features. I'm just gonna throw them all out because we got plenty of time. So Scoop,
Yeah.
I was gonna watch that yesterday.
Sonic,
Oh, you need to.
and Superman Man of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Those are 3 of my favorite animated movies of the year. Scoob was fun, seeing how Shaggy and Scooby-Doo met each other in this universe, because of course it's his own universe, was adorable. And just seeing the structure of the group and how they try to make these kids more three-dimensional, no pun intended, because it was a 3D type movie. My biggest gripe of the movie was Tracy Morgan's Captain Caveman. I really didn't think his voice suited the character. I was like, here I'm nitpicking, but other than
it's a good. It was good, but not great.
yeah, like he could have been anybody else. I would have been okay if he was Speed Buggy. Hey yo,
This lemon.
I gotta pull over real quick. I got a flat. I would have been fine with that, but yeah, his Captain Caveman, I wasn't feeling that. But overall, it was cool. I know some hardcore doobiers or whatever the Scooby fans are called had a problem.
Scoops.
The Scoops had a problem because it's focused on a world building, like bringing in Blue Falcon, Dynamite, Captain Caveman, and other
I can
Hanna-Barbera characters.
see the point, but the thing is, I personally like it because it introduced it introduced the Hanna-Barbarian as a whole universe and showed that it was connected. Like the pure fact that it's like, oh, Scoob and Shaggy are a fan of one Hanna-Barbera character and they think it's just a cartoon show. Wrong.
Yeah, it's just like even if they grew up with the Laugh Olympics, all the characters interacted with each other. Scooby-Doo had mad crossovers, and even if you watch Mystery Inc., they were already putting other Hanna-Barbera characters in that universe alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of the things. It's one of those things that even Marvel fans will crap about the MCU because it's not perfect. Like, oh, that wasn't Iron Man. That was like Avengers 2.5 or Civil War, like Cap and his buddies. Or that's not my Spider-Man because Spider-Man never looked up to Tony Stark. He never had all that. I'm like, yeah, it's not your Spider-Man. That's why he's in the comic book. This is a new one, and Reed Richards couldn't be Peter Parker's mentor and idol because he did not exist in this universe at this point.
And
so,
that's the funny thing that I hate is the Marvel people nitpick certain things when it's clear as day. Yeah, we could make fucking Ultron and Hank Pym.
No, they
thing.
could. No,
they could have.
No. That's one thing. That's one of my big. They could have. That's one thing. They had the rights. They chose.
They should have
not to. That was them shining more light on Tony. But I have no problem with you having gripes if you realize, if you could admit, like, yeah, this is my nitpick. I know they had to do it because of this. That's fine. But when you just like, nah, man, this is that, and they just do that, and people just gonna be sheep and where Mark throws at you, you're just gonna love it. Like, I could love something and still be critical of it at the same time. So, those are my top three. Yeah, oh yeah, Superman Man of Tomorrow, a new reimagining of Superman's origin. Also, kind of like Scoob. It's going out its way to create a shared universe from Rip by bringing in all these other characters. So you don't see Batman, but you see his shadow jumping through the cityscape, and then you see Superman like, a cape. Then Superman gets a cape. Martian Manhunter's heavy because he's been on Earth for a minute. He's an alien too, just like Superman. Of course, you get Lois, you get Lex, you get mentions of all these other characters. So you know with DC, because DC knocks their animated properties out of the park, and you already know this is going to lead into all their other new animated features coming up. So when we get the Batman, we're going to have some mention of motherfucking Superman. Like, yo, I was here before him. We're going to have little Easter eggs with the Flash here, Green Lantern there. So it's going to be interesting to see how that whole universe unfolds. And I just like the art direction and stylization of it, too, because it's different. It's 2D. They're not trying to be computer generated. They're not trying to be futuristic. Like, yo, let's scale it back and take it kind of basically the basics. Because even with the last one, because it's based off the 52 universe, it seemed like they went a little more modern, a little darker. And this one, they said, like, let's line it back up a bit and make it its own style. And yeah, I fuck with that shit.
The only other added animated movie that I've watched this year was the Phineas and Ferb new movie they dropped, Candace Against the Universe. And if you're a Phineas and Ferb fan, it's Phineas and Ferb, but I do like the little extra added bits they added to the show, but yet still keeping it pure. So, yeah, that's all for technically my top 4 of my favorite animated movies, because my other 3 were the same that Kelsey watched.
I got 2. Onward.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Onward was this
Onward was
year.
good. It was not. It would be on my number. It would be my number 4. It was a good movie. I'm not mad at it. That it did get me towards the end. Like, oh shit, because it's like those moments in these movies with Pixar. You know the twist is coming. Like when I was watching Frozen, it's like, oh, the kiss is gonna be the sister love. not like that. Not like that. But it's gonna be like, you don't need love from a man. True love don't have to be a man. True love could be from a family or somebody just close to you because they truly love you. And just like, onward, I'm sitting there like, oh, it's gonna be your big brother's your father figure. Like, you don't need, and like you don't remember your dad, so it's not about you. Like, but the big brother had to get his closure and shit. So it's like,
which was, I love that.
I like that twist.
yeah, the whole journey was them not finding their dad, but finding themselves and who their family is now.
And that's great. I like that.
Yeah.
The other one that I have to, and this is gonna, I know how this is gonna be for me to say this, and I only watched this movie because some of my favorite podcasters, the McElroy brothers, were in it, and that was Trolls World Tour.
Oh.
That's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I already know I don't understand
I seen
it,
the Japanese girl videos you showed me.
Have Anna Kendrick do cover songs of anything, and I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Anything?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hey, I see what was about to happen. I see
I
the
got
wheels
some
of
ring a
twirling.
ding dings.
Ring a ding ding ding.
Moving on. Netflix. Netflix has had dropped some great movies this year. 3 of my personal favorite would be Work It. I'm a dancer. I love me some Step Up. And it's based about a young girl trying to go to college, but she needs that extracurricular activity. So she forms a dance squad
committee.
with her homegirl and a dude that's probably a little older than her.
Yeah,
a little too old for her to be involved with. But hey, it's teenage
Which is
love.
hilarious because it's her
Or
senior.
lust. 'Cause I don't think that was in love. They just had the hots.
Because he graduated 2 years before they did,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and they were on
So
that
if she like
senior year.
16, he at least 19.
No, this was their wasn't
No, I
this
said
their-
if she's at least 16, he's at least 19.
Oh, yeah, because she was
at least
so
a
smart.
3-year age gap. But it was fun. If you like those type of movies, very Disney Channel-ish.
without being Disney
Disney
Channel.
yeah, it's on Netflix. If you like those type of movies, you should definitely check it out. Also, Project Power starring Jamie Foxx. That was great. He was a black man that got superpowers. If you're hearing this, I did not get my powers on the 21st. Bummer. But hey, sometimes
Oh,
it just happens like that.
We're recording on the 21st, so I guess happy birthday, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
Yes.
Samuel L. motherfucking Jackson. And also another Netflix movie, Extraction with Chris Hemsworth, was like the John Wick soldier film, and they left it open for a sequel. I would love it. And the reason I bring up John Wick because one of the stunt choreographers for The Matrix actually directed this one, and he also worked on John Wick as well. So you're gonna see some scenes in there and certain angles and the way it was filmed that's gonna remind you of the John Wick series in a good way. And for a Netflix movie, it was dope. Their budget was legit. They didn't have to go too far and beyond, but they nailed that shit. And honorable mention for my Netflix.
Nope, I got it because you ain't about to. Because I need at least one.
Yeah, you don't
You
need
gotta
one.
say Old Guard because
Actually, I wasn't. Thank you for being
Oh,
Professor
shit.
X. Liz.
Yeah,
I was
my
gonna
power
say
didn't go through.
right there with Project Power would be Code 8 starring the Mill
Oh.
fams,
Okay,
Stephen
yeah.
Amell and Army. Is it Army?
it's Stephen Amell and
But his brother,
No,
no,
his
his cousin
Robbie Amell.
Robbie.
Yeah, it's Robbie Amell.
Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm
Yes.
and Green Arrow. Basically, it's a movie about if people got superpowers,
Yep.
but then it wasn't like the glorious, we're superheroes. It's like, nah, your problems. There's not a lot of y'all now, and now y'all second class, even third class citizens, and we have robots to police you. And it's basically they're basically shunned for using their powers because their powers were leading to a lot of destruction and death. So it's
Yes.
like one of the things, we're not gonna put you in camps, we're not just gonna wipe you out, but we will watch you and pay attention. If you give us just cause, or what we find to be just cause, we will eliminate you. And another Netflix favorite of mine was Vampire versus the Bronx. It had that 80s, early 90s feel of that fucking Goonies, Monster Squad. I would even go as far as say like the Mighty Ducks, things like that. But a bunch of kids from Brooklyn dealing with vampires. And how do you stop vampires when the adults don't believe you? Somebody got to protect the block. And it's like protect the block in that way as well. And yeah, if you haven't checked out those, you should definitely. Ross, what about you? That's something I didn't know.
I only got one actually Netflix original, which is The Old Guard, which was already
I was gonna say
stated.
that.
No, it's not like
But-
this guy said we can't talk about him.
Nope.
But there is a movie on Netflix that's
Like, do you want to talk about the old guard? You just said you didn't talk about it.
No, because I don't want to waste no much time. Let Daniel talk.
No, we
about
have
No,
a
no,
lot
no,
of
no,
time.
you got it.
You have no time talking about 18 wrestling matches. Like,
Hey, I got look. Hey, cause
no, speaking of that, niggas talk about the wrestling Netflix movie that came out this year with the little nigga.
oh shit, we did get main event this
Yeah.
year.
Thank you, COVID.
Thank you, COVID. It's technically for those that like Mike, the old school joints. This is technically that, but with wrestling in it.
Yes.
Little boy who's a wrestling fan wants to become a wrestler, but too small, too little. Some bullies chase him. He sneaks into a funeral, accidentally comes across a luchador mask. Come to find out, the luchador mask gives him super strength and superpowers. Came to find out it actually is a real powerful mask. He used it to try to get into the WWE to win money to help out his mom and his white dad, who was played by from Happy Endings.
Oh shit, I don't remember his character name, but yeah, he was the Happy Endings. Yeah, and Tisha Arnold,
Played his mama, and it was,
aka Pam from Martin, plays his grandma.
yeah, and his grandma was basically because the mom left.
Yeah, so now it's a white father trying to raise his black son with the help of his black mother-in-law, who is also a wrestling fan. So that was adorable seeing the grandma and her grandson bond over wrestling and her having a crush on Kofi Kingston and all that. It was just cute. It was fun.
Adorable.
It was if I was a kid. If this would have came out when we was kids and being in wrestling, this would have been like
this would have been our favorite movie.
We would have been losing our fucking minds. I was like, yo, I need to get me that mask.
But
elbow drop a nigga.
But past those originals, there was a movie that came out in 2020 that is that I would say is a Netflix exclusive, since it's the only place that I've seen that has the streaming rights to it, and that'd be Ava. Any fan of the movie? Well,
you could have watched it. You could watch it on Amazon. You just had to pay for it.
Yeah, but this one Netflix you don't got to.
Yeah, I'm just saying like
streaming wise without having to pay.
And
but
VOD,
VOD. But Ava was I'm gonna be honest, it was a good hit. I mean, I thought it was gonna be on some Peppermint, but it's not. But it's a little bit better than that because she's actually trained.
Yeah, see, I thought it was gonna be on some Atomic Blonde shit, but it wasn't. Really, it's because Atomic Blonde, Charlize Theron was a government agent. This one, Ava was a hitman.
She was first off, she was nope. That'd be too much to talk about this movie. But she. A military agent that left the military, that got special recruited into a hitman job, but she somehow started second guessing the people she killed, so she would question them before killing them, and that was something they didn't want happening, and that starts a whole relapse and all other types of things, and then you find out a lot of stuff. It's a good old little movie. I ain't gonna flip.
Yeah, it was sure. It's definitely not what I thought it was gonna be.
Definitely
and that was
not.
dope too. Because Common's in the movie, I thought Common's character was gonna be completely different. I was absolutely wrong.
I was taken by surprise by his character and the story.
The way the trailers made it seem. Like, oh, there's some heart to this shit. All right, you can do these movies with women leads and still be different. It doesn't have to be La Femme Lakita. Or even motherfucking Red Sparrow. That shit.
It doesn't have to be sexist and promote all the sex into the action. It could be it could be it could be sexy, classy, but yet still have the action that was needed. And I do like the fact that she was so well trained that she could do certain things to avoid.
Yeah, because without spoiling, it's one moment when she gets in the altercation, like, beating somebody's ass, and it's in a hotel, and all the security and the cops are coming up, and then she just takes some of the blood off one of the bodies, put it on her face, and she's like, there, and they're like, all right, ma'am, they're like, and she's like, I'm out. I'm like, see,
and not only
that's how
while
you play
she's
to your
going,
gender, you play that up, because everybody's going, oh, you're a woman, I'm sorry, all right, we ain't even gonna ask you no questions, we gotta figure it out.
But yet, not even that, she wrote the crit on the sleight of hand because she kept stealing. She stole like 3 things from that dude that was helping her out.
The crying woman to pickpocket him at the same time. So she knew what she's gonna do. She was 3 steps ahead. Like, all right, put my hand here, shoulder there. Oh, sorry.
And due to the fact she had military training, she knew where the grenades were at, where the gun holster was at, and sleight of hand that shit with the slightest of ease.
Hell yeah. And another movie I'm just mentioning because Daniel brought up Onward. Secret Society of Second Born Royals was a Disney original on Disney Plus. It's a movie about a secret society of second born royals. So
that have superpowers to help protect their older siblings.
And it's not like every royal family, but there's a high chance if you're born in a royal family, the second born has a higher chance of getting superpowers. And there's a society of people that are second born royals that teach them how to be superheroes. I'm like, word, you got me. And it was chill. It wasn't super cheesy, but of course it's Disney Channel for the young teens. So, it was lighthearted, but it still had a good message, a solid cast, and I would definitely love to see these kids do a lot more things in their life because they are on the path of success. And yeah, there was a black dude in there too, and he was cool.
And so to keep it on the Disney Plus original movies, I'm going to have to go with Magic Camp. Which actually took me by surprise because I
knew I was forgetting to watch what was Adam the Man in that one.
Adam and Jillian Jacobs. Britta. That's part of the reason why I started watching it. But what even made it better, the main character, which was a black kid who loves magic, got into a secret magic camp to learn real magic. And the side story was Adam Levine's character was low key jealous at Britta's character because
Adam Levine.
I mean, not Adam Levine, but Adam the Man.
Yeah, he about to get another check because he's hosting prime time. The Price is Right or some shit I saw. Yeah, they're going for some reason they're gonna have a special prime time at night or not prime. Price is Right at night for a special event type thing, and he's hosting it.
Oh, go ahead, Adam.
I came a long way from Workaholics. I clapped to y'all boys. I fucks with y'all, man.
You think they're ever gonna do like a Workaholics movie?
They should.
Even though
I haven't watched any of the Netflix movies that all 3 of them are in.
And it's all through it's through the company that too. So it's just like even more hilarious.
Well,
actually, no, we watched one of them.
I didn't watch it. I did not watch it. I might watch some of it.
Yeah, we watched some of it, but I can't recall all of it.
I'm surprised like Netflix didn't reboot the series or bring it back exclusively through them or something with them 3. But then again, they all been blowing up, so they just scheduling wise probably don't feel like they need to do it. Kind of like how Key and Peele was like, you know what? I know we hot right now, but nah, let's go call it even. Like we're good.
Yeah.
So, and just to round out. My favorite 4 movies of the year, my Fantastic 4 movies of the year right now, top no particular order. Sonic the motherfucking Hedgehog. God damn, was that movie fun. It wasn't the best movie of the year, but it's arguably the best video game movie of all time. It's definitely in my top 3. Top 3 being Sonic, Detective Pikachu, and the Rampage movie starring The Rock. Mortal Kombat is interchangeable. The first one with any one of those. It's just like technology really hurt that film because how serious you only could go so far story wise with Mortal Kombat. Even no, baby, I take that back.
We forgot to throw that Scorpion.
Yeah, Scorpion Revenge. Hold up, nigga. That might be the movie of the year. Look, all right.
You fucked up.
No, I'm
just kidding.
But we forgot to check it out.
Dang.
Well, besides that, Sonic, of course, that Bill and Ted movie, that shit was fucking good.
Why did I cry?
Because it was beautiful and it was great. I'm also gonna put in that Borat movie on Amazon. The subsequent blah 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 blah.
Sure.
Yeah. I will have to low key backtrack to last week's. We did forget an animated series, Close Enough, from the creators of Adventure Time.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying,
I just forgot. I ain't gonna.
There's a lot of movie cartoons I didn't talk about.
Yeah, but there was an HBO Max original movie that I saw this year.
I want to say it was this year that it was released, but this whole pandemic's been so
What
crazy.
was?
Maybe it wasn't, but might have been last year. I'm thinking. Did Steven Universe movie come out this year or last year?
Oh shit, that was this year.
They were
Was it?
actually those 45 minutes, so they could count technically.
Yeah, Steven Universe came out this year.
Yes, yeah.
That movie was perfect. It was so good.
Yes.
I'd also throw New Mutants in there.
Oh yeah,
Oh
New
yeah,
Mutants
New Mutants
definitely
without a
there.
doubt. That's in
And
one
of
my
course,
top 4.
Bad Boys for Life.
Mm-hmm. I can't say the parts of Tenet that I watched before we came to start recording was, it's good. I can see why Christopher wanted it to come out, but he could have waited a little bit more longer for it to come out in the big theaters instead of cussing people out and demanding it. I mean, it's still a good movie, but they really have to cuss people out for it like that.
Hell yeah. But yes, fucking.
And to be honest, it feels like a different Denzel Washington movie that's been done before when you get more to understanding it, but not fully, but it's just like
first his son is
cool.
in the movie, and then Denzel had the movie. What was the time travel?
but yeah, it's that one. It feels just like that one a little bit.
Cause yeah, Denzel had every type of movie. He just haven't done a space movie yet. I don't think.
No, I don't
Denzel's
think
been
he's
in
done the space yet.
No, he hasn't.
Deja Vu. That's Deja Vu. But yeah, he haven't gave us a space movie. But yeah. And yeah, like that Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge, that shit is so hard. That's how you do a motherfucking Mortal Kombat movie. Like we always say about DC movies. Take the animated shit, just make it live action. And
True.
if this Mortal Kombat movie, live action one that's coming to us next year is anywhere close as brutal as this one, while still keeping the lore and mythology of Mortal Kombat in there, you got to hit. And now I need to find out who's playing Johnny Cage, because now I need to be Joe McHale and everything.
Well,
Jeff Winger get it done.
Jeff Winger really does get it done. But I love that.
And Sonya Blade would be... Alright, I'm not going to do this right now.
I love that earlier in the year, and I've probably said it before. Y'all had me watch Coco, and then Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Yeah, that was his hit.
Oh snap! We did do that to you.
Yeah.
Oh snap! We did make you cry
Yeah,
twice.
That was his year.
Cause we
Once.
no, the death of his son, and I'm just like, man, y'all didn't have to kill a little boy like
Right
that.
there.
Y'all didn't have to do that.
After I watched a little boy connect with Coco.
Yeah, I told you that's what.
My spines.
Papa, remember me.
Yank.
Do we consider docuseries?
Shit, it's our podcast. We can talk about anything.
There's also a
I would like
movie-
to add the Fresh Prince reunion.
That was so good.
It was good.
Well, if we're doing that, how can we not talk about motherfucking Tiger King? But that's a whole thing in itself. And also, the Dolomite movie. My Name is Dolomite.
Oh,
with,
yes,
Eddie
yes.
Murphy. That shit was fucking great.
Oh fuck, I forgot about that. So there was another movie that came out, and it was HBO Max called An American Pickle.
We ain't start that yet. Was it good?
I liked it. It's
Oh, with
definitely-
what's it
Seth
called?
Rogen.
I liked it. It was based off a short story by Simon Rich. Who did you guys ever watch Man Seeking Woman?
I've heard
Not
of it.
yet, but I've been told I need to. It's
He
hilarious.
writes these ridiculous short stories and turns them into gold when they hit the big screen or small screen. But yeah.
Word. Damn. Well, yeah, one thing too about Bad Boys for Life, because I watched that around the same time that I watched Gemini Man on Redbox. And it's pretty funny that Will Smith both had these movies come out when he's more or less battling the younger version of himself. And a lot of people try to dog on Gemini Man, but it was cool. I think it would have worked way better as a TV series, like a series of young Will Smith and old Will Smith trying to kill all the clones of Will Smith, or just other clones and shutting down this shady government agency while trying to teach his younger self how to be a man, and also Will Smith trying to figure out how to be a man too, because most of his life was dedicated to killing people. So that would be an interesting story to see move forward too. But
Why don't he want me, man?
for real, like yo, do you see Gemini Man?
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine. It was like
Yeah.
but
It wasn't gonna win any awards.
yeah, but it was like yo, he realized like there was the other him at the end. I was like, God, I should have known there was another him.
Why wouldn't there be?
And this was more killer. Like he was like, I don't even talk.
Oh, it's X10, Weapon 10,
Yeah.
or Weapon 11. It's that Wolverine fighting old Wolverine.
Yeah, or like he was like, oh, you thought he was special? You thought you was special? He just grew on you. I thought you, son.
I got 12 of you in the freezer.
For real. I was like, yo, man, this is crazy. And yeah.
Will was going through it.
Will was going through it. Then Bad Boy, spoiler alert, when you thought he, like first 15 minutes, he get shot the fuck up. He like, whoa, what? Then Martin sitting there like, bro, I gave this shit up. You almost died.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go get this nigga. Like, nigga, sit your ass down.
That's what I'm saying. It was manipulative because Martin's got kids.
Exactly. He a grandpappy. He pop now.
Why you want him to keep it out there?
For real. Then you had the Fast and Furious spinoff moment at the end. Like, but his shorty was, that was a good setup to recon an origin because it was like, we were talking about how he never been in love. He was different. He was in Mac Larry. Then you find out like, I was like, it was that moment. It's like, oh shit, that's gonna be his son. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's she the reason Mike Larry is. That's why he never loved no hoe. Oh, and she like, you gonna fuck a brouhaha with no condom, Mike?
These bitches better be wearing jimmies.
I was like, yo, that movie, fucking Bad Boys. I loved it. Hopefully they do a spinoff because I'm all for it. More Vanessa Hudgens, please, with cornrows. I'm me.
I'm a mean. I ain't gonna
Shots to
front.
that shit.
Watching her, I almost went back to watching my favorite movie of all time with her in it.
1, 2, or 3.
No, I'm talking about Princess Swap, Christmas Swap, or where that shit she got on Netflix now.
No.
It's something like she a princess, but then she got another one that look like her, but I don't know if they twins.
It's someone's most.
holiday
It's his
special.
most horrible movie to most people that he directed and wrote. With
Oh,
Baby
she's
Girl.
talking about Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
She's talking about-
yeah.
I forgot Vanessa Hudgens was in Sucker Punch.
I love Sucker
Yeah.
Punch. They had all the beautiful babies.
All right, so that's gonna bring Yo We Geeking Out to an end. So before we leave, I just want to get you guys recommendations. Yo, check it out for what's the worst movie that you watched this year. It doesn't have to be from this year because I just realized the one I'm gonna say.
I got 2, and I think you and I may have.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
Is it Horse Girl? No, I'm just playing.
No, actually it is. But I don't consider it the worst. But so, I know I'll go ahead and start for myself. Two, I have 2. It'd be Horse Girl because it was just ridiculously random without a point. And anything you want to say really happened in it can because it literally did. And they don't tell you if you're right or wrong in that movie.
I will be honest. I thought that shit was whack, but then I listened to like
No,
Internet Explained.
You still have to sit through
I
and
still
watch
gotta
it
fully
all the
follow it
way
through.
from beginning to end. Before then you do that, then you're like, oh yeah, I don't.
But after listening to this Internet Explained, I'm like, I see the message, but y'all dropped 2 different drawings. I'm like,
What? It's no. You can't.
it's
even-
basically
No, I watched it. I know what it
The
was.
ver-
It could be anything. Because literally, there's time travel, interdimensional aliens. She has a psychosis. Sometimes that shit could be played.
It's a hereditary
passed down genetically.
psychic
And it's time
breakdown.
travel too if you watch it from that angle.
I know it's a psychological breakdown that's a hereditary gene, but also you can find out it can happen to females at that age. But yet they added aliens and sci-fi for
And
no
time travel.
reason.
And legit time travel.
travel.
And that's the thing too. Like, how did she get from her bedroom to being butt naked in the break room and old shorty not even knowing she was there? Point blank. Period.
Oh, Shorty saw her walk past while conversating to her and did not say anything
Well,
about
no,
it.
see, that's the thing. See, you didn't watch the movie. She saw the ass end of the horse. So when at the end you see Allison Brie walking by,
She could.
she didn't notice her until she was already out of frame. So you kind of, it's like your peripheral, like, did I see that? But us as viewing it, we saw the horse at the beginning of the movie. But then when you watch the movie, like, oh, that was her the whole time. But how can that? What? Oh, see. And then the other one would be would be The Recall with Wesley Snipes playing this hobo dude in the middle of the woods that these white kids come up, you know, typical white kids
White
go
kids
in the
kill a
woods to
black
party,
man.
hang out, but then some alien shit happening, and the only one that knows what's going on is Wesley Snipes because he got experimented on by the government and alien shit, and the aliens returned, but the movie ended with the white people getting superpowers, more or less. And like, so we gonna figure out how they use the powers? Is Wesley Snipes gonna train them in the woods? Nope. Which segues to Daniel, because they also evolve. Your choice also involves a stranger in the woods and some alien shit with some whites.
Why? Why are we still paying Nicolas Cage?
Because sometimes he gives us national treasures.
Fucking Cage.
The Color Out of Space.
Yo, that shit was.
And then they tried to wrap it up at the end by saying the title of the movie, it was just a color out of space. Fuck you. It was pink.
Yes, magenta, if you will. Fuchsia.
He even says,
If you're fancy.
he even says to the cops, I saw a bright pink. Wait, no. I don't know what color it was, which makes me think he messed up his line, and the director's like, well, that's a good enough take. That's one of the worst movies I've seen this year, tied with The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot?
Wait, those are two different movies, right? The Man Who Killed Hitler.
And no, that's the whole title. The Man Who Killed Hitler and then The Bigfoot.
Oh, that one? When, with the dude walking in the snow, don't it start off with...
No.
I heard that title, and I heard it could be... Blah, blah, blah.
It is the worst movie. Okay, so it is...
Actually, did you hear about this movie called Songbird?
Well, hold on.
Well, can he? So we can move on.
This is
so
about
we
a
get out of
2-hour
here.
movie. It's about a 2-hour-long movie. Guess how much time he spends killing Hitler and the Bigfoot?
3?
15.
About 5 minutes.
Does he kill him in like one striking blow?
No.
It's about how
when
this
he's
man...
younger, he kills Hitler, and then later on,
He goes and hunts
kills-
a Bigfoot.
But that happens at the beginning,
And
and,
in
at
the
the
end.
end, and the middle is bullshit.
Yeah, that because it's supposed to be his come up. So it's supposed to be his somewhat origin story of how he became such a good ass hitman. I listened to somebody explain it. And I was like, man, this shit is dumb.
And here's the thing: not one person of color in that movie.
Oh,
Of course. It's Germany.
No,
no, it's America.
it's America.
It's America,
It's
baby.
Sam
Oh.
Elliott. It's Sam Elliott.
It's white America.
And they in like and it's like
last town.
and it's like a rural state where you could be like, black people could be here, but y'all just don't want
And
to
they're
put them
like,
there.
isn't it nice our town with God and no darkness?
Sound like
But-
a Stormfront.
It's like, well, some people have to learn to jump, and others are natural jumpers. It's
Is
gonna
it-
be amazing when it's done.
Do you have a problem with me? No, why would I?
So there's this movie called the.
Yeah, Ross, so whatever your... Give us 1 or 2 or 3 of your worst movies of the year.
I ain't seen really worst movies, but I did listen to a review about a worst movie called Songbird. So, what you do when you want to... First off, how you give Demi Moore a bad movie? I'm disappointed. I know, but when you have Demi Moore acting good, because they said
can act well.
they said she was acting good in this movie. It just had... It's about the pandemic. But people can't leave out their houses, and there's only one way you could actually leave. If you have an immunity bracelet that proves that you're immune. It's really about a dude who's a delivery agent, delivers something to Demi Moore's family, rich people. Their daughter can't leave the house because air contact,
She's not a rich
she instantly gonna get sick and die. His girlfriend's not immune, and she has to live in her house. But the thing is, the police and them go be doing house raids, and if you ain't immune, you gonna get taken, thrown into the quarantine quarters, where they just let you live off the rest of your years. Demi Moore's husband sells immunity bracelets in the black market. Somehow the delivery dude wants to do some delivery. Does this black market delivery to help out, gets his bracelet, races because his girlfriend gets captured. She's literally about to get thrown into the quarantine. The cops and them know she ain't had a bracelet on, was about to throw her in there. Boyfriend shows up, gives her a hug, puts the bracelet on. She's immune. Let her go. Like they did not... None of these people didn't check her wrist to see if she was immune when y'all took her out her fucking house.
That's some
but now
Peter
she
Petrelli
has.
season 2 bullshit.
Yeah, they have a dude who
Nah, I ain't one of them.
he has to go deliver some shit to some secret military niggas and they about to shoot him up. He ends up getting saved by some random dude. The random dude helps him escape, but says, "Nah, I'm not gonna escape with you. I'm gonna stay here with these military people that almost tried killing you." Don't know if he dies or not. But yeah, supposedly Songbird was about the pandemic, but not a good representation because they could have showed how the poor could have came to power of rich, but they didn't really do that.
And with that being said, guys, that's going to bring this episode of
Yo, Where the Captions At?
to an end. As always, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being captioners. And as always, I've been Kels for Show. You can find me on Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Kels for Show, and the Escaping Network YouTube page. Make sure you follow both of them.
And you can find me, Roscoe Tinkoya, on Xbox, Facebook, Snapchat, and in the deepest dark place in his mind because it makes him feel warm.
Do you want to let the people know where they can find you if you want to be found?
In your hearts, right next to Jesus.
Word.
So no.
Don't let Daniel fool you.
If you want to find me, listen to Escaping Podcast.
There you go, baby.
There we go.
My voice will sound a little different.
Yes, and remember, guys, be one or be nothing.
Live life and be Miss Unknown.
Later.
Adios.